नमस्ते दोस्तों, मेरा नाम निखिल ठवा है। यूपीएससी सिविल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन 2017 में मेरा रैंक 799 है और यूपीएससी इंडियन फॉरेस्ट सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन 2017 में मेरा रैंक 46 है। दोनों परीक्षाओं के लिए में मेरा ऑप्शनल बॉटनी था। बॉटनी की तैयारी के लिए मैंने कोई कोचिंग नहीं ली थी। ये दिल्ली नॉलेज ट्रैक के इस वीडियो में मैं आपके साथ मेरी यह अनुभव शेयर करना चाहता हूँ। हालांकि बॉटनी का सिलेबस वास्ट है और इसका जीएस सिलेबस के साथ कोई ओवरलैप नहीं है, पर फिर भी लाइफ साइंसेस बैकग्राउंड के जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनके लिए ये एक अच्छा ऑप्शनल है। इफ़ यू लुक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स ऑफ दिस वीडियो बिलो, you will find a link to a document. In this document, I have included the detailed strategy of botany, the last 15 years topic-wise questions and reference books. Please keep this file in front of you as we discuss, as we continue this discussion. It will help you. Friends, before you start preparing for botany optional, you should go through the syllabus thoroughly and analyze the previous year's question papers. This will give you a good idea about the scope of the syllabus and what is expected from you in the examination. To get a good score in botany optional, it is necessary to have complete coverage of the syllabus. Each and every topic should be prepared thoroughly. While preparing each topic, please give special attention to the explanation part, diagrams if any, then contributions by scientists, references, especially if Indian scientists have made contributions, please include that. Also, if any topic has applications, do mention that in your answers. All these things will add value to your answers and fetch you more marks. Now let us turn to the syllabus of botany. In paper 1 we have core botany. The first topic is microbiology and plant pathology. The microbiology topics can easily be covered by any standard microbiology textbook that you can find at the graduate level. The key here is to be conversant with the scientific names of the microorganisms and also to prepare topics like prion and prion hypothesis in detail. The plant pathology section is a very scoring one because you have to prepare only about 20 diseases in detail. The format of this should be diseases, causal organism, symptoms and control measures, because this is the way in which questions are typically asked. Some topics can be done through selective reading of Agrios, and also the plant quarantine rules of India should also be done because these questions have repeatedly been asked to botany optional students in the interview. The second subtopic in paper 1 is cryptogams. Though it looks very concise and simple, it is quite complex because in each of the classes of fungi, algae, you have to prepare a number of species in detail. You have to study in detail their evolution, their life cycles and the diagrams of various parts of these species. And a textbook by Singh Pandey Jain and Bhattacharya Hait and Ghosh will suffice for this topic. The third subsection in paper 1 is phanerograms. It is one of the most important subtopics because a lot of questions come from it, because it is also a vast topic. It is divided into gymnosperms and angiosperms. In both of these, you will have to study a number of families. Especially in angiosperms, there are about 20 angiospermic families that you will have to study in details. You will have to focus on their floral formula, their floral diagrams and their characteristics. But if done quite properly, it is quite a scoring topic. Especially what I found was to remember the floral formula and various characteristics of this family, I used to look at plants in my surroundings from these families. Looking at these flowers, I could then realize instead of just mugging up the floral formula, I could have a more better understanding of the floral structures. For the systematic subtopics in phanerograms, you have to go through the initial 4 chapters of Systematics by Guru Charan Singh, which will clear all your doubts because it's an excellent book. For embryology, for the embryology subtopic of phanerograms, it can be prepared from Bhojwani and Bhatnagar, and a lot of minute questions are asked from this topic also. The fourth subsection is plant resource development. It is a very simple section in which you will see that it can be prepared from web resources, but if you want to refer a book, there is a book called Economic Botany by Kocher. Here I would suggest you that we have to often questions are asked about give examples of a particular use of plants, like plants that produce resins. So instead of just learning the names of these species from a ready-made list provided by classes, please prepare your own list. This will give you a better understanding of these plants, and these will help you help you answer the analytical questions from this topic. The fifth and last subtopic of paper 1 is morphogenesis. This is a simple application based topic in which can be easily prepared from books by Indra Vasil and Razdan. In this also you refer the plant development chapter from the developmental biology book by Gilbert. In the field of morphogenesis, significant contributions have been made by Indian scientists like Guha and Maheshwari have done pioneering work in anther culture and haploid development. You have to mention these in your answers. This will add value to your answers. Now coming to paper 2, the first subtopic is cell biology. Most life sciences students will be familiar with this topic. One thing to note here is that prepare specifically for plant cell organelles. The characteristics of plant cell organisms are slightly different from those of animal cell organisms. So keep this in mind and prepare your notes accordingly. Also, their unique characteristics of these organelles need to be highlighted. The second subtopic in paper 2 is genetics, molecular biology and evolution. A lot of analytical questions are asked from this subtopic, and the books written by P.K. Gupta are quite useful in solving those questions. While preparing this topic, please have a clear understanding of the basics behind each of the topic. This will help you answer the analytical questions that are asked. The third subsection of paper 2 is plant breeding, biotechnology and biostatistics. It is an application based topics in which you can add examples and flowcharts to the answer. Understand the underlying scientific concepts of each technique that is asked in this topic. Biostatistics keeps coming in the compulsory questions, so therefore prepare at least one page note in detail for each of the statistical methods. The fourth subsection in paper 2 is physiology and biochemistry. This is one of the longest topics in paper 2, and it is akin to phanerograms in paper 1. You will find that a lot of questions in paper 2 are asked from this topic. For physiology, there is a web resource called Plants in Action. It is actually a book that has been made available by the authors online. This is an excellent reference for the various topics that are covered in physiology. They have given good diagrams, good examples and good references for works by other scientists in this. And the explanations will also help you answer your questions and enrich your answers in the paper. The biochemistry part of this subsection can be prepared from any standard textbook of botany or biochemistry. Especially in this, you will have to prepare the metabolic pathways in detail, use innovative methods to keep these complex pathways in mind and reproduce them in the answer. Prepare each of the topics in biochemistry in depth, because a lot of 10-marker compulsory questions are asked from this topic, and it is better that you do not miss out on those. The fifth and final subtopic of paper 2 is ecology and plant geography. It is a very scoring subject as direct questions are asked from the topics that are mentioned in it. Treat this topic as a current one and keep your notes updated. Most of the times, but sometimes you will find that they ask some obscure questions like OTEC and solar ponds from this question. But please keep abreast of the current events, and this will help you answer these questions. Also mention examples of Indian legislation like CAMPA and establishment of new sanctuaries, or the Indian Forest Survey statistics. This will help you get add value to your answers and fetch you more marks. In conclusion, friends, botany can give you consistent scores if you have a good grasp over the syllabus. If you practice your diagrams well, and if you if you do value addition to your answers, this will help you fetch good marks. If while preparing botany you ever feel that you need some inspiration, you just have to look around you. These plants can inspire you in your studies. Friends, if you have any further queries, there is a Facebook group called as Botany for IS or IFOS. You can voice your queries on that group, because a lot of current and previous candidates are on this group, and they will surely help you answer your queries. Friends, I hope this video helps you in your preparation, and best of luck for your preparation. Friends, do appreciate the efforts of Delhi Knowledge Track by liking their work and subscribing to their channel. Thank you.